Pearl Jam released their third studio album, Vitalogy, in November of 1994. The album boasted several hard and heavy grunge hits such as Spin the Black Circle and Not For You. But as a contrast to that, the album had some quieter moments on it too, with songs such as Nothing Man and Better Man. And adding to those quieter moments on the album came track number 13, Immortality. It has been rumored over the years that this song was written about Nirvana's lead singer, Kurt Cobain, who tragically died in April of 1994. Now, Pearl Jam were debuting this song at their live shows right around the time that Kurt died. However, the final lyrics for the song had not been written at that point, and Eddie Vedder was just toying around with lyrical ideas. The final version of the song would be released in November of 1994 when Vitalogy was officially released, and some say that there are lyrics in that song that relate directly to Kurt Cobain and his passing. That lyric, which appears at the end of the second verse, scrawl dissolved, cigar box on the floor, is thought to relate directly to Kurt Cobain, with the cigar box being the one that was found next to Kurt's body with all of his paraphernalia in it. However, in a 1994 interview, Eddie Vedder stated that the cigar box was just a reference to a place where he kept his tapes. But then again, with Kurt's death being so raw, the fact that it had only just happened, and also add on to that when these celebrities are getting interviewed about stuff, they don't always tell 100% the truth. Sometimes they'll just make up stories just to make it interesting for them because they get sick of being asked the same question all the time. So taking all that kind of stuff into account, maybe the line really was written for Kurt, but Vedder just didn't want to disclose that. Other lyrics too, he saw a trapdoor in the sun, and truants move on, cannot stay long, some die just to live. These lines were thought to reference the death of Kurt Cobain also. However, Vedder's response to the song Immortality was this: "No, that was written when we were on tour in Atlanta. It's not about Kurt. Nothing on the album was written directly about Kurt. And I don't feel like talking about him because it might be seen as exploitation." However, Vedder did go on to state, "But I think there might be some things in the lyrics that you could read into and maybe will answer some questions or help you understand the pressures on someone who is on a parallel train." Vedder thought of himself and Cobain as parallel trains. In other words, two guys that had pretty much the exact same stuff going on in life. They were both lead singers of huge rock bands, both massively popular, and both having to deal with the same pressures that come along with that. So even though Eddie Vedder stated there that the song isn't directly about Kurt, as I say, not all musicians are going to necessarily reveal to a journalist something so personal as to what a song lyric is about. We have to keep that in mind also. Not saying that's what Eddie Vedder is doing here, just putting that out there. But it does still seem that there are some references in the song that do relate to Kurt Cobain. So Immortality, it is a great song off a massive album by Pearl Jam. Originally they were going to have Vitalogy and Verses released as a double album. God, can you imagine that? How epic that would have been. Both albums by themselves are just totally awesome albums. Some of the best stuff that Pearl Jam ever released, in my opinion. And so we'll wrap it up there, guys. And that is the story of Immortality.
Stripped and sold more, an option for one. Whispers in the sun, truants move on. Can I stay